Hi, and welcome to PR Strategies. I'm Michelle Safi, PR specialist with Best Friends in Los Angeles. I'm excited to give you the strategies that will help you successfully develop or enhance your PR efforts. In this webinar, you're going to learn how to formulate talking points and find that perfect spokesperson for your organization. Could it be you? Let's find out. Some of you may recognize Mark Peralta from this photo. He was the executive director for Best Friends in LA, and I was really lucky to work with him for 4 years. Mark is a fabulous interview because he has all the traits you want in a spokesperson. That is, someone who is able to communicate your message in a friendly, understandable way, someone who's comfortable talking with the media, especially on camera. Not everyone is, so that's really important. Your spokesperson needs to be presentable and wear branded attire whenever possible. And lastly, your spokesperson should always be aware that nothing is really off the record when it comes to the media. So discretion is another key trait you should look for. To get a sense of someone's ability to be a spokesperson, try some informal media training. Put together a list of potential questions and do a mock interview. From those questions, you'll find your talking points, which we will review shortly. This may sound silly, but when you have a smile on your face, a friendly voice will naturally follow. So practice and find a smile that feels comfortable to hold for long periods of time. Talking points are the top 3 messages you want to get across in an interview. You can develop them by asking the following questions. What do you want people to know? What is your call to action? And what is the most engaging and natural way for you to say it? Always remember, your audience is the general public, not the animal welfare community. It's always best to keep your message as simple, relatable, and positive as possible. So you've had an interview request. Are you ready for your close-up? Whether it's for TV or radio, ask for a general overview of the topic or topics to be discussed. You can ask for questions, but most broadcast outlets won't provide you with them. Print or online interviews are usually more flexible with providing questions in advance, and some may even do interviews via email. Again, for broadcast interviews, ask how long the segment will be. That will give you a gauge of how much time you have to get your points across and prioritize them in advance. Ask if it's live or taped. If live, you're going to have to go with the flow. If taped, you usually have the opportunity to answer a question more than once if you feel like you've made a mistake. So here's a fun example of always making sure you have your talking points in mind. Best Friends has a 45 to 60 second pet project spot on our local Fox station every Friday. This particular morning was a bit rough. Me and Shelby the dog were stuck in 405 traffic for close to 90 minutes. Shelby threw up in the car, and me, well, I really had to use the bathroom. However, we got to the studio just 90 seconds before taping time, so the producer slapped a mic on me and sent us immediately into the studio. Thankfully, I practiced my talking points in the car, as you'll see here.
Oh my goodness, tell me about this sweet little puppa. This is Shelby. She's from Best Friends Animal Society, our pet adoption center in Mission Hill. She's 4 years old. She's a dachshund mix. Super sweet, very affectionate. And Shelby and all her adoptable friends at our center are just $17 to adopt for the 8 weeks.
Oh my goodness, and look at that little white mouth.
She's so cute.
Okay, good with other friends, other
Yep,
dogs,
she's good
other
with
kids.
little male dogs, and our center is open from noon to 8 p.m. We welcome you to come down and get lucky and loved.
Okay.
Have a good day.
818-643-3989, Best Friends Animal Society, to give this little sweet one a home.
No matter what's going on around you, focus is crucial when it comes to going on live TV. That's why practice makes perfect, or at least sets you up to be the best you can be under any circumstances. As I mentioned, Mark Peralta is super awesome on camera. He totally rolls with the punches, as you can see in this 4th of July clip with Lassie. This is one of my all-time favorites during Mark's time in Los Angeles.
What's going on for 4th of July, right? With all the fireworks, don't you think that dogs, pets, parents, I like to say, because you know they are our babies, they should stay safe, right, for 4th of July? And we want to bring in Mark from Animal Society, right? Did I get that right? Because
Best Friends Animal Society.
Best Friend Animal Society. So we want to go over some really important tips, and I know you guys take this for granted you should go over what we should and shouldn't do.
Yeah, so first and foremost, fireworks can be very frightening for animals. So what you want to do to keep your pets safe over this holiday weekend is definitely keep them indoors. So keep them secure in your house, play some music, put the TV on to try to drown out those fireworks. And that way you're going to keep them safe and make sure that your pets are there in the morning when you wake up. So you want to keep them in your room, keep them indoors, keep them safe inside.
And you want to keep those fireworks away from them, because some people have, you know, sparklers and all that kind of stuff. Oh, she's giving me kisses. Isn't she sweet? Right?
Absolutely. So if you're going to play with fireworks and you have pets, definitely keep them away from the fireworks. You're talking about fire, you're talking about explosions, so not even escaping, but they could potentially be burned. So yeah, definitely.
They might eat them, and that's not a good idea either.
Eating fireworks is never a good idea.
And if you haven't already, you should really microchip your animals.
Absolutely. If you don't have your animal microchipped, you can also just make sure they have a tag with a phone number and a name on there just in case they do get lost.
Yeah, because we don't want them to get lost. We want them to stay safe during the fireworks and the holiday coming up this weekend. Mark and Lassie, I think you should be one of the deli. I think you should, right?
Yeah, I think we're into that.
Do you want to be Steve's co-host? You got the hair. Do you want to talk back to Steve? Oh, wait. Well, we want to do selfies because actually this is a good thing, right? Hashtag selfies with Lassie. Is that correct? Do I have that right? So where's my camera? Because I want to do a selfie with Lassie. Do you have a camera? Let's do a selfie.
I do not.
You do not? Oh, my gosh.
Camera-less.
There it is.
Here we go.
My camera. Lassie, come on. Let's do a selfie. Here, ready? 1, 2, cheese. Okay, Lassie, you talk that back to Steve. Say, back to you, Steve.
I'm not sure, but I think Lassie is annoyed.
Back to you, Steve. Back to you, Steve. Go ahead.
Annoyed.
Remember, eating fireworks is never a good idea. So that segment was supposed to focus a little bit more on best friends and adoptions, but it didn't quite go as planned. The lessons here are A, always go with the flow, and B, understand that each appearance is a potential opportunity for further coverage. Because I was on set with Mark that day, the producer asked us if we could host live remotes at our center the next morning for additional July 4th segments, which I will show you now.
Well, nothing like fireworks to send dogs into a frenzy. In fact, many dogs will try to break through anything and out of anything to escape the noise.
So Sandra Endo, she's in Mission Hill. She's got some tips on how you can keep your pup chilled until the fireworks are over tonight. Sandra, you've got the best job this morning. Good morning.
I do, absolutely. Good morning, Araxia and Tony. I'm here with a bunch of furry friends at the Best Friends Animal Society here in Mission Hills. And Cody here has been telling me all morning long that she wants to stay safe and happy and not scared during the fireworks celebrations going on all around LA here on this 4th of July. And so we have some very important tips for pet owners. Take a look at these adorable faces out here this morning at this shelter. They're all up for adoption. But if you have a furry friend at home, make sure they stay safe because there is a tendency to get very, very scared, right? I'm here with Michelle Sathi, who can tell us some tips on how to keep your pets indoors and safe during the fireworks.
Yes, the first thing that you want to do with your pets is make sure that they're in a secure area where they feel comfortable. You might want to turn on the TV or play some music so they get distracted from the fireworks, and that also prevents them from being able to escape if people come over through the front door. And then secondly, if you do have your pets outside during fireworks, you want to make sure to keep them as far away from the activity as possible. You don't want them getting burned. Just like with kids, they shouldn't get too close to fireworks. Same thing with your pets.
And what a lot of people don't know is that this is actually the most busiest day for shelters because so many pets run away from home and they end up in shelters. What can pet owners do to prevent that?
Okay, well, besides the prevention tips that we talked about earlier, make sure your pet has a current tag and collar. That way, if they do get out, somebody finds them, they can call you and you can retrieve your pet. And then if that doesn't happen, make sure you check your local shelter and go there in person because it is so busy, you might not be able to get someone on the phone. And no one knows your pet as well as you do, so you'll be able to identify them really easily.
And lastly, you have a special going on this weekend for a lot of people who are looking for a pet.
Yes, we do. We have free adoptions here at the Best Friends Pet Adoption Center. Any pet, any age, kittens, puppies, dogs, adults. We have wonderful pets, over 400 to choose from, and we're eager to make the perfect match for you.
All right, thank you. Well, let's make this a perfect happy 4th of July for all these pets here and at home. Make it a safe one. Let's go back to you.
Sandra, thank you.
Overall, we had 4 spots that day, which really drove traffic and adoptions during the most critical intake time of the year, all thanks to that wild appearance with Lassie. Do you have any questions? I'm happy to help. Please feel free to email me at michellesathi@bestfriends.org. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to catch the next webinar where we will explore the art of the pivot.